Writing a novel is a massive undertaking with layers of storylines, characters, and plot twists that need to be meticulously woven together. At the heart of a strong story, it lies the scene, the fundamental unit of a storytelling that brings your story to life in the mind of the reader. A scene list can be an invaluable tool in organizing and refining your novel from concept to completion. In this post, we discuss the process of creating and using a scene list, along with how it can save your time and make the writing process smoother and more enjoyable. What is a scene list? A scene list is a structured overview of your novel, where each scene is condensed into a single line or short paragraph that captures the essence of what happens in the scene. This catalog of scenes allows you to first outline your story before you start writing. Second, track the flow and pacing as you go. And finally, revise efficiently once you have a draft. The beauty of a scene list is its versatility. You can use it as an initial roadmap when you begin plotting, a checklist as you draft, and an editing tool for revising your story's arc. Why should you write a scene list? Writing a scene list isn't mandatory, but it offers several practical benefits that can significantly streamline the novel writing process. Here are a few reasons you might consider creating one. First, efficient story planning. By sketching out each scene in advance, you build a structured outline for your novel. This roadmap gives you a clear idea of where your story is headed, which helps avoid writer's block and keeps you from straying too far from your plot's main path. Second, organized editing. Editing without a scene list can feel like trying to find your way through a maze. With a scene list, you can see your entire story at a glance, and it makes it much easier to rearrange scenes, adjust pacing, and cut or add material without losing track of your story. Third, quick problem detection. You can easily spot pacing issues, missing plot points, or undeveloped characters by reviewing your scene list. It allows you to identify and address these problems before they become ingrained in the manuscript. 4. Flexible rearrangement. As you work on your novel, you might realize a subplot works better earlier in the story, or a big reveal could have more impact if it came later. Shuffling scenes is far simpler when they are represented as a single rather than entire chapters or paragraphs. Some techniques for creating a scene list. There is no single right way to create a scene list, and the approach that works best for you will depend on your writing style and the complexity of your novel. For example, here is two common methods. First, the classic index card method. In this method that was used before computers by authors would write one sentence per scene on an index card. They could lay out these cards on a large surface, such as a floor or table, and experiment with the story sequence by moving the cards around. This tactile approach gives you a physical sense of your story's structure and flow. It's a low-tech but high-impact method for visualizing the big picture and tweaking the order of events until you find the perfect sequence. Consider using different colors for different subplots or point of view characters to help you track multiple storylines visually in this method. The second method is the digital spreadsheet method. Spreadsheets have become the modern writer's version of index cards. A spreadsheet in a spreadsheet, each scene occupies a row, allowing you to add a wealth of information beyond the basic summary. Digital lists are easier to edit, duplicate, and backup. Plus, they allow you to organize a wealth of scene-specific details in a single place. You have some other information in columns in a row, such as scene number that keeps track of each scene's order, that makes it easy to rearrange if needed. The summary, write a one-line synopsis of what happens in the scene. You can add a column for the point of view character that indicates which character's perspective drives the scene. And it's essential for novels with multiple point of views. You can also record setting. Note where the scene takes place, and it helps track location, continuity, and setting variety. Characters present. List the characters who appear, helping you balance character presence and avoid underdeveloped side characters. The purpose of the scene. Clarify how the scene contributes to the story, whether it's advancing the plot, building a character, or creating tension. Pacing indicators. Note whether the scene is fast-paced or slow-paced. That allows you to balance action with quieter moments. Include any additional details such as themes touched on, major events, or foreshadowing elements. How to use your scene list throughout the writing process. A scene list isn't just a tool for the initial planning stages. It can serve as a valuable resource throughout your entire project. Here is how it can support your writing process in various stages of writing. First, in planning and outlining. Start by listing out the major scenes that form the backbone of your plot. As you brainstorm, add additional scenes to bridge any gaps between key moments and ensure a coherent flow from start to finish. In drafting, use your scene list as a guide as you write. By referring to your list before you sit down to draft each scene, you can keep your writing focused and avoid straying from the plot. 3. Revision and editing. During revisions, your scene list becomes an indispensable tool for tracking your changes. If a scene's purpose is unclear or redundant, you can spot it in the scene list and adjust accordingly. It also allows you to analyze your novel's structure and ensure each scene has a clear role and eliminate any unnecessary content. 4. In final polish. For the final revision, use the scene list to double check pacing, continuity, and character arcs. By scanning the entire list, you can ensure that key themes are woven throughout the novel and that character development feels natural and consistent. For writing scene list, use these tips. Be concise. Aim for 1 or 2 sentences per scene. You want enough detail to understand the gist, but too much information can make the list overwhelming. You can use color coding. If using a spreadsheet, a digital or any other digital tool, consider color coding to represent different elements like point of view characters, settings, or plot types. This visual cue helps you quickly assess the balance of your story. Keep it flexible. Your scene list is a working document. Update it as your story evolves, but don't feel beholden to it, especially in the earlier stages, when inspiration might lead you in new directions. Highlight major turning points. Mark significant plot twists, character transformation, or emotional beats in a way that stands out in your list. This will help you ensure they are given appropriate weight in your story. A scene list is more than just an organizational tool. It's a way to deeply engage with the structure of your novel, and it makes the writing process more intentional and effective. Whether you are just starting or are deep into revisions, building a scene list will give you a clear path forward, saving time and helping you tell the most compelling version of your story.